All right, guys, welcome back, Internet. This is Kenter at Your Own Risk, 26, Part B, with Kent and Chris. First part, we talked about our top 10 favorite Christmas movies, although I think we both did 11.
Well, I did Love Actually, and I mean, that's not a top one. I just kind of wanted to recognize it.
Yeah, I completely forgot Christmas Story, so that ended up having to go shoehorned into my number one. Anyways, this is going to be just kind of like a meandering discussion portion of our podcast. We did our big Stephen King one a couple weeks ago. So if you have 5 hours to spare, go ahead and sit through the 4-part discussion of one of our favorite authors slash screenwriters slash movie makers. I don't know. I haven't seen too much horror stuff in the last couple of weeks, Kent, but I did get a chance to watch Midnight Mass. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that at all.
No, sir. Tell me more.
So it was a Mike Flanagan thing
Okay.
on Netflix. It was just a single season, 7 episodes. Really, like, would have a hard time quantifying like what genre it could be. You know, it's definitely horror adjacent, but it was almost more drama than it was horror.
Okay.
I really liked a couple of the performances in it, though. The guy who played the priest was fucking really good. What I found really interesting about it is you saw Hush, right?
Yes.
So it's the story of the book that she wrote that was being reviewed in Hush.
Oh, okay.
So I guess he's had the idea to do this for like years, and he finally got a chance to make it after the success of Haunting at Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Doctor Sleep. Yeah, and I guess
He's got some cred now.
Yeah, I guess also it was the book that she threw at the dog in Gerald's game.
Oh, well, no shit.
But yeah, it was a really interesting premise. I don't want to spoil it for you because if you watch it, it would be easy to be spoiled.
I mean, I'm already spoiled by the idea that Henry Thomas is in it. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, just so. Again, it was horror adjacent. It really wasn't like scary. I don't think it was very gory. Like I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it to people who were bothered by gore. I mean, there's a decent amount of blood, but it's not like gratuitous. But it was it was almost like a thought experiment that I found interesting. I don't know. I've watched a couple other series that I really enjoyed, but I wouldn't consider horror adjacent even.
People want to know, Chris. Tell them what you've watched.
Well, are you a big anime fan?
No, I hate anime.
Okay, I never watched. I like anime, but I never watched the original Cowboy Bebop, and I watched the TV the live action remake. I really enjoyed it. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of people complain because it wasn't close enough to the show. I've seen a lot of people complain because it was too close to the show. I personally, having no pot to piss in from anywhere before, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I really thought John Cho nailed it. The Mustafa Shakir, I think is the guy's name, who played his partner, fucking nailed it. He was really good, and I don't think I've ever seen him in something before, so I don't know. I enjoyed the show a lot.
You know, it's one of those things where the cartoon and the anime has been on sale quite a few times this year for $5, and each time I'm like, I asked Eric, I asked Joe, I'm like, is this something like I want to watch it? And every time people are like, no, it's not something you're going to enjoy. To the point where like now I almost want to do it out of spite, but then I'm probably like I know I said I hate anime. I hate most anime, but there is some quality stuff out there, as there is for any genre of stuff. You know, like even music I don't typically like. Yeah, there's still good songs I probably enjoy, and I would like to give it a shot at the very least.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So
What's it on? Is that on Netflix?
Netflix, yeah, Netflix. And even better than that, I watched Arcane on Netflix, and that, like we were talking about, that cartoon was fucking amazing, man. It was so good. I don't even know how to, like. I don't play League of Legends. Yeah, I play the mobile version a little bit on my phone, but that doesn't have any links to any of like the lore or the characterization or anything. I don't know the characters. I don't know the world, but the writers did such a good job of like just writing the script and creating compelling characters. I wasn't hesitate to say that it was the best video game adaptation ever.
Wow.
I mean, I know that's not a very high bar to cross.
Even better than Super Mario Brothers from our childhood?
Yeah, oh, dude. Yeah, so much better. Yeah, and the animation was in a really unique style, too. Like, it wasn't like the traditional Western, like Disney, Don Bluth animation. It wasn't the Japanese anime style. It wasn't the CG like you get from Pixar or Illumination. You know, it was like very painterly and not quite cel shaded, but yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It was just really well done.
What's it called?
Arcane, and that's on Netflix as well.
Okay, Arcane. Okay, that's something I can give you. You know, not to just budge in the middle of this, but one thing I thought was kind of interesting in the previous podcast that we just did, Nightmare Before Christmas was not brought up, and I thought I didn't see it like mentioned all that much. Is that more a Halloween or is that more a Christmas movie? Because I still haven't seen it.
I could see it going both. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
I don't like that movie at all. I am a big Tim Burton fan. Not, I guess, as much as you, because two of his movies hit your top tens.
Damn right.
But I love Tim Burton overall, and I just fucking hate that movie. I know they're like, I have a friend down here who loves it. Like every Halloween, his house looks like fucking Halloween Town. But I don't like the songs. I don't like the characters. Like, I appreciated the animation. You know, like the claymation, the stop motion animation that went into it. You know, all the work that went into it. But I didn't care. I didn't like the story. Didn't make it up for me.
Okay. Fair enough. I was just genuinely curious because it was one of those things I expected to see a lot of today, and I even possibly expected maybe that to be on your list. I didn't know that
this might be this might be fighting words, but I would expect that the people who would make that on their list would also be the people who say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mike has been dropped. Oh, okay. Christ.
I don't know.
Did we just create the premise for some new movie here? Some like 9 Mile here?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the angry cancellation from
the outrage will be real and swift. Yeah. Whatever. There's so many movies that are whatever. I mean, think about it. Actually, that's a great list. All right, note to self, I'm writing this down. Next year, I want to do another non-horror movie one. Most overrated films, in your opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that would be fun as hell.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because, we're going to need new ideas for the next year. And hopefully, unlike previous years, maybe we can... we always have the post-Christmas lull where it seems like it takes us months to get back into it, and I'm hoping to try to avoid that this year if possible.
Yeah. Maybe we'll eventually get to the evil with it.
Chris, I'm telling you, it's been months now, and I am past chapter 3.
Okay, well, that's good. Only 12 more to go.
I can do this. I'm just terrible at the game, and this is. I don't want to discourage us from doing another video game one. It's just the fact that I was going to actually recommend, say, hey, maybe let's do Resident Evil. I'm like, no, I'm shitty at that game too. It's going to take me forever. So if we do another video game one, it has to be something that I'm remotely competent at. That's all I got for you, man.
No problem. Okay, and then the last thing that I've watched recently. Two things, I guess. So I watched the final season of the Netflix Lost in Space, or the last 2 days. My wife and I binged it. I was pretty pleasantly happy with how it ended.
Nice. How many seasons was that?
3, and I think each one was only like 8 episodes, so not too much. If you binge it all in like a couple days, depending upon how long you like to sit down and watch TV at a time. I think she can definitely endure more than I can. I can't do like more than like 4 hours, and I start feeling like, okay, I need to get up and walk around and take a break and do something.
Yeah,
which is weird because like I can sit and play video games for like 12 hours at a time. But I think it's because my hands and my eyes are occupied at the same time. Even if my mind is shutting off, it's still at least working enough to, like reflexes kind of stuff. Whereas, like watching television is mostly a passive, or movies is mostly a passive thing. You're not, even if you're watching and participating, you're not actively participating.
Right. I mean, thank goodness for, fidget cubes. I mean, before I knew fidget cubes, I used to play with like a lot of like Swiss Army knives because I think it's kind of the same idea. There's so many different variables to it that it just was something that I would latch onto while I was watching something because I needed whatever stimulation there was there for that. So, yeah, I get you.
Did we talk about Dune the last time?
Yeah, you.
Okay, I didn't remember if I saw it before or after.
Slow and pretty in the beginning, I want to say something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Is it still on HBO, or is it one of those things that was there for a month and will come back in a few more months?
I think it's on it out and it'll come back in a few months.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and the last thing that we've been watching and keeping up on, and I'm really finding it great because I don't know where they're going with it, is we finally finished our rewatch of Dexter to catch up just in time to stay caught up now of the Dexter, the new season, Lost Blood or whatever the hell it's called, and I'm loving it because they're doing a really good job of like, I have no idea where it's going.
Uncertainty is, I hate when shit's predictable.
Especially with something like this, where it's like, do you root for him? Do you root for, like, he's a bad guy doing good-ish thing, most of the time.
Is he like an anti-hero of sorts?
Yeah, his whole premise is he's a serial killer who kills bad guys. Like the only people he kills are rapists, murderers, blah, blah, blah.
So he's Bill Paxton in Frailty. Sold.
Yeah, except it's not religious.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I've never watched an episode, and that is actually, like, I have a fake to-do list, which I just kind of say most of the time, and then there's actually a real, like, I fully intend on watching this someday type shit, and that is on that real list of things that I fully intend to do. I think it's something I would enjoy.
Yeah, it's probably been overhyped at this point. Same kind of thing, like if you had never watched Breaking Bad when Breaking Bad came out, or Sopranos,
sure.
Yeah.
I've never seen Sopranos. I've never seen The Wire. I haven't seen
my wife just watched Sopranos, through the whole thing, and she enjoyed it. But yeah, she was she got to the end and she's like, okay, I completely understand now, like all of the complaints that people had, like why people complained so loud over
Over the ending?
the ending of this show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even seen the show, and I feel like I get why people were upset. So, yeah. Actually, I just bought, I've never watched Mad Men, and during the Thanksgiving sale, they had all, I think, 7 seasons for $18. So I snatched that up. I'm a big fan of John Hamm, so I'm hoping to get into that show at some point.
Yeah, I am. For never having watched Mad Men either, like not being prepared for like everything I've seen John Hamm in, he's been fucking great. Like, I really love the episode of Black Mirror that he was in.
Right. Gosh, I don't even know. All right. This is my highest praise I can offer John Hamm. I wouldn't absolutely 100% say no to rewatching Bridesmaids only because of John Hamm. But like Bad Times at the El Royale, man, he was so fucking. That movie is criminally underrated in my opinion. Like, I don't hear enough people talk about it, and I don't know if it got marketed correctly.
I don't. My wife and I saw that in the theater, and we both really enjoyed it. And you're right. I don't know, but I don't know how they would have marketed it. I mean, like, most of the stuff I saw was comparing it to like a Tarantino movie, and
Which it was.
I mean, it really was, but it wasn't at the same time. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it had some of the Tarantino style, some of the quirkiness, but it was its own film. But like anybody who likes Tarantino films should feel at home with this, and it's really, really, really good. Like, I don't feel like I'm overhyping it by saying that it's very good at the very least.
I absolutely loved Jeff Bridges, Chris Hemsworth, and excuse me, I think her name is Cynthia Erivo in it. Like, they just killed. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Dakota Johnson, I don't know, I've never seen anything that really impressed me with her in it. But
she was the weak link out of that whole thing. God, who was the other dude that? Well, I like that Nick Offerman was in it, but all right, Lewis Pullman, I guess, the guy that played Miles. Yeah, I thought he was really good too. Dakota Johnson's really the weak link among anything I'm seeing here. Cynthia Erivo or Rival, she's awesome.
She was everything I've seen her in. I really liked her in.
Yeah, I really liked her in the fucking show on HBO, The Outsider.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
you know
really
what?
good in that too.
Did we even talk about that in the Stephen King? Maybe just
I don't think so.
Jesus, okay, good. I'm glad we left that one off the list.
God damn it.
Oops.
I don't know. We did 5 hours of it, so mind was...
Yeah, when we went to started, my son was asleep, and when we ended, my son was awake. So,
dude, still, like, that's easily one of my top 3 favorite podcasts. I'm excited.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Another movie. I once again shifting gears here quickly. I've never seen Elf, and I know a lot of people love it. I like Will Ferrell even, but I'm still not sure if I'm gonna like the movie.
Elf goes right with Nightmare Before Christmas Nightmare Before Christmas with me, and I fucking hate it. I think
this is a very divisive film because I've heard a lot of hate for it and a lot of love for it.
Like my wife likes it a lot. It's for me. It's like it's one of those Will Ferrell portrayals that, like, some of his stuff I really like. Like, I like him in, Old School. I like him in Step Brothers. I like him in.
Did you like The Other Guys?
Yeah, thank you. That was what I was trying to think of. I love The Other Guys.
Yeah.
The stuff where he's more understated.
Unlike, yeah.
Like this is one of those ones where like he's over the top, and I want to fucking slap him like every time he opens his fucking mouth.
It, it's weird. There's the subtle difference between Will Ferrell in Anchorman and Will Ferrell in Anchorman 2, where they kind of went way too far in Anchorman 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it is. Like Jim Carrey can be funny when he's going over the top. Like I loved Fire Marshal Bill. I loved like Ace Ventura. But then like you said, you get to like the Ace Ventura 2, and even though there were a lot of funny parts in it, like just being over the top to be over the top doesn't necessarily make a good movie.
I'll say this. I'm actually shocked that there has not been a Billy Madison 2.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at that too. Or a Happy Gilmore 2.
Happy Gilmore 2 probably would work better because how many people are dead from Billy Madison? Like, there's a couple at least, right? Norm.
Probably, yeah.
Farley. So, well, the O'Doyles technically die, didn't they?
I don't know. They were in, at least some of them were in freaking Hubie Halloween.
Oh. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just surprised. Like, I feel like Sandler is ripe for a comeback under the right circumstances.
It probably is.
I could see that happen. Add David Spade to the cast, because David Spade's a great support character, not the greatest lead guy, especially without Farley. So, I don't know. I'd like to see that. Something else I wanted to bring up that I can't think of any other topic on the podcast that will ever get a chance to mention this, but since this is a Christmas one of sorts, one thing that I love to watch every year is a Twilight Zone episode. It has Art Carney from The Honeymooners.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays a mall Santa who's an alcoholic, down on his luck type thing, and then Santa's bag falls down and he can just start handing out presents, and like he's just so happy because he loves children, but he loves the booze just a little bit more, and like it's played up not in any kind of mysterious way. It's definitely straight up comedy for Twilight Zone, and it's, I don't know, it just works on every level, and I highly recommend if anybody is remotely interested in like something that old, give it a shot. The episode's called Night of the Meek, and it's must watch for me every Christmas. I don't know, it's funny and it's kind of wholesome, whatever. I don't know, I would say it's probably season 2 or 3 would be my best guess, but I don't fully know. But I wanted to throw that out there because really, how else am I ever going to, that doesn't really integrate into anything we ever really discuss. I guess it could have on the one episode that we did about horror TV shows, but that doesn't exist anymore.
It's okay. We'll pretend that one never happened.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Oh, I was going to ask you, have you seen anything in the theater recently? Because I know there were a couple of things coming out that I was curious as to your opinion, if you caught it, like the Ghostbusters Afterlife.
No. Wait, just go back for a second. It's season 2, episode 11, people of Twilight Zone. But to answer your question, no, I haven't been to the theater since Spiral, and I'm disappointed, but yet some of the movies that I really wanted to see, I almost feel like I kind of dodged a bullet in some ways.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything good about the new Resident Evil one that came out.
Oh, that already came out? I didn't even know that. Has the Eternals or whatever come out yet?
Yeah, that's out. I've heard mixed stuff. Like, I've heard people say it was good. I've heard people say it wasn't. I'll probably do the thing that I did with Shang-Chi and wait till it comes out on Disney Plus, since I have that.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Shang-Chi. I really enjoyed that a lot.
I'm still behind. I haven't seen Black Widow or that, so...
Black Widow is just okay. I
haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies.
I liked both of the Spider-Man. I'm really excited to see what Spider-Man No Way Home ends up doing. So one of the things I heard, I mean, they've shown off that there's a bunch of people in it. from the older ones, like Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, Bryce Ifans. I forgot what the hell his name was, who played Sandman.
Oh, Thomas Hayden Church.
Yes, thank you. And there's still, speculation as to who else might be in it, like, Toby and Andrew.
I keep hearing Toby's name thrown around.
But from what I understand, like they just had the screening for reporters, to be able to do the interviews with them this week. Mm-hmm. And instead of screening them the whole movie like they typically do, they only screened them 40 minutes out of like the 2 hour and 30-minute movie.
Oh.
So they're keeping like 2/3 of the movie hidden from everybody before
they're pocketing some secrets. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just makes me really curious to know, who else is going to end up showing up in this movie that they've been hiding. Oh, I mean, like, I won't lie, like Dexter. This last episode had, one of the main characters from the original show in it, just for a bit, but they completely hid that this guy was going to be in the show at all. Like, didn't show up in any of the casting lists, none of the news, any of that stuff until the episode that he was in aired.
Oh.
So, like that's what's got me interested in, like the Spider-Man looks good, but I'm interested in, like what they're hiding kind of shit.
I'm honestly interested in the Venom Carnage film too. I still haven't seen Venom either.
I've seen parts of Venom, but not the whole thing, and it's weird because Venom is one of my favorite superheroes, and Tom Hardy's one of my favorite actors.
Isn't that weird how that works? Dude,
yeah,
I still haven't seen the Jesus rolls. How's that possible?
Yeah, I don't... Okay, Turturro.
Yeah. I think John Hamm's in that. I'm pretty sure he is, so... Yeah. But, yeah, dude, I haven't seen a super... I want to say the last superhero movie I saw was Endgame.
Well, I mean, if that's where you're going to end, that's a good spot to end,
I think it's a good spot to go back. I at some point, I want to do a...
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do chronological or just by... I think I want to do by release date because, you can do chronological and that's fine, but to watch it as release date, they clearly go back to tell you what you need to know. Like...
Yeah.
It'll work for me either way, I guess. But
yeah, no, definitely a Marvel review would be a cool one to do this year.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that as like our 30th episode.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Actually, we could also do a Star Wars one eventually.
Oh, jeez, they're gonna make me watch the new ones all over again.
Dude, I painstakingly watched the prequels last year, and I lost my lust to carry on. So,
I guess if we can suffer for our art,
yeah.
I mean, other people have.
That's right. People suffer every time.
I mean, there's at least a bunch of stuff I'm looking forward to still coming out this month. I was a huge Wheel of Time fan. I got a whole bunch of people into reading it when we were growing up, when it was coming out. And I watched about the first 15 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, this is trash. And I haven't been able to watch anymore.
Oh, really? I've heard so many positive things, so surprised. I don't know anything about it, but...
It's for me, it was like the death of 1,000 cuts. Like, if they're going to change this little thing, and then 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 this little thing, and I'm seeing all of these changes... front-loaded at the beginning. I'm like, why are you even bothering buying the IP? Why don't you just tell your own story?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely the fanboy in me, flipping out on that kind of shit.
Fair enough. I understand.
I've watched the first couple episodes of Hawkeye. That's been pretty good so far. Definitely reminds me of, like, the MCU version of like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's an interesting... Wow, that's interesting way of going. Oh, okay.
Like, I'll be home for Christmas, but I have to take care of this shit first kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, is there any, so far, like, has there been other people that would know in it?
Well, like actor and actress wise, yes. Like character wise from the comics, maybe not.
Okay.
But like Haley Steinfeld is, the person who is being positioned to take over for Hawkeye, like she did in the comics for a while
Yeah.
when he retired. As Kate Bishop, her mom is played by Vera Farmiga.
Really?
Yeah,
That's all you need to tell me.
yeah. I didn't realize she was in it. I'm like, okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm all in for her.
I've heard a rumor, and I don't know if this is true, but that Vincent D'Onofrio might be showing up as Kingpin again in that. In which case,
Oh.
I'm down for that.
Kingpin is my profile picture that I use for Marvel Strike Force mobile game.
Gotcha.
Because fat, white, bald guy, yeah.
Jeez, I wonder how that came about.
Yeah, I don't. All right, I'll tell you. I sent a mysterious gift to one of my friends, and I didn't, write my name on it. I did it through Amazon. You can do the gift thing, and I just wrote from Harry Mann, like HARRYMANN. Yeah, that's my level of humor so far.
But I'm
Yeah.
also looking forward to season 2 of The Witcher comes out in about a little over a week.
Oh, good. Raylene was asking me about that, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
And then season 4 of Cobra Kai comes out right around Christmas, between Christmas
Stranger
and New Year's.
Things is early next year, right?
Yeah. And then
Here's my question.
Matrix 4 comes
yeah,
out right
Matrix.
before Christmas. So I'm really optimistic on that one. Let's hope that like the trailers that they've been showing aren't just like the first 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm not going into the Matrix with any expectations because it could either be awesome or it could be terrible, and I've lowered them I've lowered them below like my expectation level for a first date. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I didn't like the second or third Matrix films. I just didn't. So, yeah. And it's weird because, I mean, the homepage for 9deuce.com is strictly taken from The Matrix. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Cautiously optimistic, right? Stranger Things. How many, like, didn't they originally say they were only doing 4, or was it 5 seasons? Or did that change, or was that just a rumor? Do you know what I'm talking about even?
Yeah, I remember them saying that. I originally remember them saying they were looking to do 4 seasons. And I think they've said that they're looking to do 5 now, and that's it. That's what they want to finish with.
Yeah, I mean, at some point or another, the kids are going to be not too old. I mean, because you can write good characters for that age group, but it's going to be different, and the kids aren't going to be as cute or as funny. And I'm really curious how they, change it with the age as we go.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely curious. I'm hoping because it's a good show. It's a wonderful show as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know. I have a weird feeling. I will tell you. Have you watched Chucky at all?
I haven't. The TV show?
Yeah, it's on Peacock, and I just added it to my list, and I may just try binge watching that soon. I've heard it has like some nice, blast from the past. I don't know. It can't be any worse than some of the other crap that gets put on TV that I've had interest in and been completely saddened by.
Yeah.
I think it could be decent. Like, if it's a 6 out of 10, I'll be happy. That's where I'm at. I'll tell you that as far as I know, I'm working on a new project sometime this month. And I'm kind of excited about. I know you won't, but that's okay. Doing a podcast, kind of like a retrospective of The Walking Dead since we're on its final season. So, talked to this girl that I play the Walking Dead mobile game with, and we just kind of, she listens to our podcast, so she's actually listens to us.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my deepest condolences, and et cetera, et cetera. But I am kind of excited to, we're going to go back, rewatch, and do like a podcast per season, and also read the comic for that time frame that the season was based on, and kind of do it that way. I don't know. Thought it'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cautiously optimistic. And my Tales from the Crypt project is so close. So close. So I'm hoping by next time we do a podcast, I can be pimping that out.
Cool.
Yeah. As far as like new stuff that I've seen, I've really been watching older stuff that I've seen. Like sometimes I just need to go back and watch comfort TV. So watching old episodes of The Simpsons, I went back and watched some old episodes of The Office. I'm on like season 4 of Parks and Rec right before it gets a little stupid. The only new thing that I can really think of, I think watched 2 or 3 episodes of Tiger King season 2. There's only 5 episodes, and I'm just sitting there like, you guys are really like, there's nothing really that new going on. They're just, I don't know, they're just kind of covering old territory and offering little details here and there just to be like, hey, it's a new season type thing. And I don't know. The only thing that I found interesting was that they were trying to get the presidential pardon on the same day that the riots happened. So that was just a weird, bad timing for all that to happen.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, yes, I watched Tiger King. I thought it was silly and laughable at times, whatever, but season 2 is, I don't even know if I'm going to finish it. It's only 3 more episodes, so another 2 hours or so, and I'm still just non-committal about it. I don't know. I may not. I feel like I got better things to do, like, play video games, maybe play Evil Within, maybe. And actually I've been playing Kill It With Fire, which is like my worst nightmare come to video game, where all you do is go around killing spiders.
Yeah.
Dude, it is cathartic until the jumping spiders start jumping at me and freaks me the fuck out. So it really is like playing my own nightmare. Another thing I wanted to bring up, which isn't really movie related or TV related at all, is around October, I purchased a box of cereal. It's called Monster Mash, and it was all the monster cereals, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and even like the fruit, like the Mummy one and the Wolf one, right? Mm-hmm. Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy. And what it is the hard cereal pieces from Frankenberry and Boo Berry, and then 4 of the marshmallows, and it's all one cereal. And I thought the Boo Berry and Frankenberry would not mix well, but it's actually not that bad.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So I've been working on another little project. I have a bunch of old tapes from camcorders, video cameras. So I have like 6 that are for I think it was SVHS. So it's like these little tapes that fit into a normal size VHS tape, except that normal size VHS tape is I don't know, works on a battery basically. And I've already ruined one of my old tapes that had a lot of my old TV show stuff on it. So super happy with that. And I'm working on trying to get a video camera that'll play the mini DV. Because I bought all the stuff to transfer from VHS to computer and make it, that I just don't want tapes anymore? Who wants tapes anymore?
Yeah.
I want digital. I want, whatever it is that I have, and then I don't ever, it's just collecting dust. It's in the same box with a bunch of like 4 Simpson watches from Burger King from like the late 90s, early 2000s. That's what's in there. It's a very exciting box.
Interesting.
Yeah. But, I don't know. This is the height of my excitement until, I'm not even doing anything on my birthday. My birthday's Friday. I don't plan on doing anything other than, I don't know, I may watch like a horror movie or something fun. I don't know. And then I'll have my party on Saturday. I'm like not even looking forward to like Eric's party this year because of the way the calendar comes up this year with Christmas on Saturday. Like he was torn on doing a party on either Thursday the 23rd, Friday Christmas Eve, or Saturday Christmas Day. So end up doing the Thursday. So I don't know. A party on a Thursday night's just kind of weird at this age in my life.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Just, I don't know. I it's going to be more of a get-together and less of a party, in my opinion. That's how I would look at it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Have you completed or at least started your Christmas shopping?
I'm lucky enough to have a wife who does most of that for me. So, yes, I have completed and done it. She was nice enough to like let me know that I bought her Christmas present 2 days ago. So.
What did you buy, or do you not even know?
Do you know what those Cricut machines are?
No.
It's like a decal maker kind of thing. She's super into that, so she bought a bunch of Cricut shit. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
I have Cricut wireless. That's the only Cricut I know.
Yeah, it's like basically imagine a printer that like instead of printing out things on paper, it prints out like it's not a 3D printer, but it does kind of like it'll print out the patterns to peel away for decals and shit like that.
Sounds interesting.
She's all pretty talented with it, so.
God bless artistic people and talented people. I am neither.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I did almost all my Christmas shopping, but Amazon is breaking my balls this year with either late deliveries, non-deliveries, and or cancellations. And I'm like, I tried really hard to like order stuff back in October or early November to hope to avoid this, and still just biting me in the ass. I'll tell you right now, this may be my first birthday party in I don't know how many years with no Slim Jims because for some reason there's a weird severe shortage of Slim Jims here. Weird, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I've gotten most of the stuff ordered. Whether it'll be here by Friday or not, I don't know. But I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll say that even if I get 80% of the stuff, I'll feel bad for the other people. But, I think everybody kind of understands right now that mail sucks right now. Like, the delivery system is not good.
Yeah.
I had to contact Kohl's, and I was customer 1,368 in line.
Oh, no shit.
And I was like, guys, it says that it was delivered. Oh, no, it hasn't been delivered yet. I'm like, yeah, I know that too, but I wish it didn't say that it had already been delivered, is more my point. Just things of that nature. But, minor gripes. I guess first world problems, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, so anyways, I'm trying to think of like anything we have planned coming up.
I don't think we have anything planned coming up.
Well, alright, well, I'll hype this. I think that we were both on board, in 2022. I think we want to we were talking about doing a Nightmare on Elm Street retrospective.
Yeah.
So that's something I would love to try to do. I don't know. We'll come up with ideas. If anybody's listening and has ideas, leave a message on 9deuce.com. There's plenty of ways to contact us. Just, whatever, Twitter, any of the social media stuff, I'll eventually get around to it. Usually pretty quickly, actually. I don't know. I'd love to hear what other people want from us, because, that'd be good. That'd be helpful. But I know we had a list of ideas, and we kind of went through a decent chunk of them, but there's kind of limitless possibilities because we don't always have to be horror, as long as we're horror adjacent.
Yes.
We will become a horror adjacent podcast if need be. But I don't know. I'm good with ending it here on a quick part B.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much gone over everything we have. Before we come back in January, we'll figure out what we're going to be doing for the next couple months, and we'll let you guys know when we come back. I hope everybody has a great holiday. And for me, personally, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, Happy Holidays. Did I say Happy Hanukkah? If I didn't, Happy Hanukkah as well. And have a Happy New Year.
Yeah. Except I want to say I have a crazy Kwanzaa.
That's probably...
What was that from? Was it Simpsons?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say that in any offensive term, but I think Krusty the Clown said it, so it always makes me laugh when I hear it. But yes, happy holidays to everybody, and
You too, Kent. Happy holidays.
Oh, you remembered me. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Anyways,
Same to you.
have a good one, everybody. Good night.
Sweet.